Welcome, everybody, to the Startup Days. I hope you had a good kickoff. Now, this is one of my favorite formats. We're going to put the VCs on the grill. That's the unofficial, official name that I sometimes cannot put on the session. And the idea is a very simple one for you entrepreneurs in the room. I'm also an investor and know how it feels. We always just sit and listen and watch you guys do your show. But actually, it's also really important for you as entrepreneurs to understand who you're getting married with. Because giving away equity is a bit of a marriage, and it's a long-term marriage of 10 to 15 years to exit. So you want to know who you get on board. Now, as entrepreneurs, when we're fundraising, we actually ask ourselves that question and say, hey, I have to also do my due diligence on my investor, and that's important. So this session is really built for you as entrepreneurs, so you understand what kind of funds exists and what their portfolio founders actually think of them. So we're going to first have the VCs pitch, and then we're going to have a Q&A that is led more by the entrepreneurs to reflect on their relationship and working relationship with this fund. We're then going to have a few minutes also to have an open Q&A that you can ask the fund manager or the entrepreneur a question. And just to set the stage, these are successful funds and successful founders. So we have on both sides very interesting people that you're going to meet. Now, I'm going to be the time manager, so I'm going to just ring the bell when the VC has to stop pitching, and I'm going to be as harsh and hard as usual we would be with our startups. So don't take it personally, it's just going to be tough time management. And we're going to first up have a very interesting duo. It's with Nicolas Dietrich, who's Chief of Staff as Voltiris. Maybe you know the startup, and if you don't, it's going to be interesting to get to know him. And Bilal Tanis. Oh, now I have to quickly check. What is your investor? Oh, okay. Oh, I now did call you guys first. Okay. Should I take them first? No, let me quickly. No, I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna have to. I now was already prepared to swap because we were waiting for you, Nikolai. Okay, Nikolai from Aerospace will start with the pitch together with Miklos from Equity Pitcher. Oh, Backbone. Gosh, guys, I'm so confused. I think I have to redo the cards one more time. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I will ask you on stage. Miklos, please, and also you now, Nikolai, can take the stage.
Thank you very much.
So your stage is yours, and you have 3 minutes to pitch.
Thank you. To switch the slides, is it here?
Switch. Yes, that's the green button.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
You sent them slides?
Yeah, but don't worry.
Do we have slides? Oh no, we don't have slides.
I'm lost.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, the clock is ticking.
Thank you. So the pressure is away now. Hello, everybody. My name is Miklos from Backbone Ventures. We are an early stage investor. It's not just me. Actually, we are 4 partners, 3 GPs, and 1 operational partner with an office in Zurich and Frankfurt. Early stage means we are generalists. We invest in the pre-seed phase normally and across industries and sectors. What we have above all is a very strong focus on the quality of the founders. We are looking for extraordinary founders that have the ability to inspire and have a clear vision. So though that sounds like a high requirement, the good news is we believe that extraordinary goals are reached by the people that constantly master the basics. What do we mean by the basics? We mean things like hard work, ability to reflect, ability to inspire, having a vision, having a roadmap, how to get there, all these basic skills that everybody knows, but actually not very much practice day by day. But if you do, we believe that you can reach extraordinary goals. And why us as an investor? What we provide is reciprocity. So the values that we look for in founders, we are we are willed to provide it to the founders. So if you believe in the same values, and choose us as an investor, then the relationship is going to be wholesome and very prosper. And yeah,
Oh, it's okay. Applause.
thank you.
So I think you still had about 45 seconds for your pitch. So you can even bring more beef in or go into a pitch training. Yeah, I'm just being hard and funny. Okay, please. Now the stage is yours, Nico.
I'll also go here. Thank you so much, Miklos. So
You're welcome.
just to get an understanding of who's sitting here. So I ask questions that are still relevant. How many of you are early stage founders? Oh, not so many. Early stage founders? Yeah. Investors? Late stage founders? Okay, and the rest would be out of interest. Out of interest, raise your hands. Okay, great. So first I'll ask, there are many early stage, so it begs a question. You mentioned early stage, and this is very important because in early stages, I remember sometimes it's hard for startups to understand what VCs are doing. So you mentioned you're an early stage investor. I have worked with you, going excellent so far. The point is, can you, for the people out there who are early stage founders, talk about what's the VC model? What are you doing? What's your business, essentially, very quickly?
Thank you very much for the question. Yeah, it's very important to know that. I think as an early stage founder, you should know to who you're talking. The VC models, especially early stage funds, work. The model, for example, in our case, we need to have a bright diversity, and we are looking for the so-called fund returner. So you can imagine maybe we invest in 30 deals, and we expect the half of them to go to zero, so don't pay back any money. And then there will be another 12 deals probably that will return maybe 1 or 5 times the money. As well, these deals are not relevant for our fund. We are looking for the fund returners that pay back the money 20, 30, 40 times. So if you have a business model and the financial forecast and an upside that fits to these models, then it's possible, then it's worth talking to a VC. But there are many business models out there and startups that have different business models that grow organic, which is a great business as well. I just talked to a founder outside here. I think he's a great founder, a very cool business. But I told him right away that he's not going to raise money from VCs. He should talk to angels. And I told him how to talk to angels, how I would do it. And he just told me, he's very thankful for what I told him. And okay. He raised his 1.2 million round with angel money. It's very important to know who you're talking to and what's the business model behind.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Another thing, and this I know personally very well because I've been now with you for almost 1.5 years, so that's great. All of you partners, you focus a lot on people, and this is true. But could you yourself, you also said that in your pitch, could you enumerate what you mean by people, basics, why is that important? And how does it compare to other things like technicality, pitch decks, projections, just to put it out there? If you have to put a weight, which would be higher or lower?
Yeah. In general, VC is very much people's business, and especially early stage. Because the earlier you go, the less substance you have to analyze or you can rely on as an investor. So you refer very much on on trust and network. And I would say the example, we as GPs, we have so much cold inbound, that it's not even worth to have a look at it, because either the KPIs are too good to be true. When it's coming called inbound, and okay, this deck just went to a couple of thousand investors out there. So why should we be the lucky ones? This company is going so well. It can't be true. So you need to have this personal connection to get an intro to the investor, to be connected in the network. I would say this is a very important pre-work you should do to make your connections in the environment, and getting the trust through people. In the later stage, I mean, you can probably more argue with your traction and KPIs. It's easier, but the early stage is very, very important.
Interesting.
Hey, is this really? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is good. So it sounds like people are like hyper important to what you're doing. And tell me if I'm wrong, it would be more important than some technical details. So even if technical details are great, if you're not warm with a person, don't know them very well, didn't develop a relationship, probably it won't go far.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And would you say that's a core value that Backbone has? Do you have this with all the founders? Do you see that shifting over different years as you're progressing in the fund?
Yes. I think we believe very much in that.
Right.
And yes, there is a shifting. We go more and more in this direction because
Okay.
I saw so many businesses that at the beginning they had a great opportunity, had a very nice vertical and good momentum, so great traction.
Right.
But with the wrong leadership skills or mentality, it didn't work out on the long term.
Interesting. So if I have to take that Q&A to conclude one question, it would be, out of all of this, if you have to tell the founders here, take note of this one point when you're reaching out to you in particular, let's say, what would that be? What would you want them to know better compared to most of the founders that come to you? What would you hope that's one thing that, all the founders, if they just knew this one thing, life would be so much better? What would that be?
I would tell them, as early as possible to reach out to investors. And
All right.
Miklos, for all your answers. So I can take 2 questions from the audience. Anybody? Oh, microphone. I'm coming. Sorry. You can also shout it in the meantime, but we're recording everything live, so I prefer the microphones.
Thank you. Nico Willis, Miklos, you were saying that if a founder has the wrong mindset, then it's wrong, But what is the wrong or better, what is the right mindset?
the right mindset was on my slide.
Okay.
Yeah, the right mindset is what I talked about, these basics, really. Like this, hard work, things that everybody can do, actually. Everybody knows it, but nobody practices because it's very hard and it needs a lot of discipline. Yeah, ability to reflect, constant learning, be open to learn new things, having a vision, having a plan, pragmatism. I could name probably a couple more, but these kind of skills, or say it's natural truths, or that's what I mean with
Thank you very much. Then we have 20 seconds left for a short question and short answer.
Yeah, very short question. Caroline from Business Angel Switzerland. You must have some metrics. What is your maximum pre-money valuation and what is the minimum amount that you invest?
Good question. I missed saying we invest between 300 and 500K is our ticket range. We don't have a maximum valuation anymore.
Thank you very much, Miklos.
Yeah.
And maybe one.
Sorry?
No, we really have to stop. It's back-to-back pitching. Okay, thank you very much. I do have one ask because I don't know what do you actually do?
Aerospec, do I get to say that?
You should
Very
say that.
quickly, we make instruments that analyze chemical composition of particles in air. So it's a hardware and software combination. We are an EPFL spin-off. We manufacture these and sell these to governments all across the globe. And now we are making a data platform and selling the data about chemical composition and sources of these harmful particles in air all across the globe. Have customers already, including the Swiss government. So
Thank you so much, both of you. So now we have a next duo that is going to come on stage. That was, so we can, oh, I can actually be the clicker. We have Marco from Equity Pitcher and Nicolas from Voltiris, and the stage is yours. We have 3 minutes pitch that will start with Marco. I need my timer.
Fantastic. Pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot for the invite. And yeah, especially thanks, Nicola, to be here with me. Good to see you all. And thanks also for the preparation so I know who is in the room. I think we are applicable to a few of you. We are a seed stage fund. We do 1 to 2 million tickets. So it could be for the early stage startups, but maybe also for a bit tiny bit later stage. We also do Series A opportunistically across many verticals. So we do deep tech, as you will see in a second with Voltiris. We also do more like execution cases, pure software across Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. Actually, we have 40 investments, but not a single one in Austria, so it's always a bit hard to claim the DACH region. And yeah, we are 7 people, all based in Zurich. Do that since 8 years in the 3rd fund generation now with 100 million under management. And yeah, always good to have Swiss startups, and especially from EPFL like this, but also from ETH. So we love the background. The close to universities, also in Germany, as I said. So yeah, this is what we do. I think I will keep it a bit shorter, my personal introduction or the introduction of the fund, so we have more time for the interesting part together. And so I would already give you a bit of time to introduce yourself and what Voltiris is doing.
Nicolas.
Yeah, thank you, Marco. Very pleasure to be here with Marco, who's been a partner for quite a long time already with us. So maybe shortly about Voltiris. So Voltiris, we develop solar modules that are compatible with high-tech greenhouses and the crops. We have developed spectral filtering solutions, or modules filter the light, give the crops all the light they need for photosynthesis, and the part of the light that is not needed by the crops, we reflect it and concentrate it into our solar cells. Our vision is really that any type of high-tech greenhouses can become a solar plant and that our energy is used to electrify successfully and decarbonize the greenhouses and the operation for clients. We have last year demonstrated at the industrial scale a solution close to here in Canton Aargau. This year is really on focusing on commercial ramp-up. So our goal is to do 8 to 10 projects in France, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and Belgium, which will represent around 7 to 8 million Swiss francs in revenue. Shortly about the team, so we're a team of 35 people now. HQ is in Lausanne, where I'm from, and we also have an entity in the Netherlands to be closer to the greenhouse industry, which is a team of 10 people in the Netherlands, 25 in Switzerland. And yeah, we've been collaborating with Marco since January 2025, where they co-led our seed round of around 5 million Swiss francs. So I think perfect on time.
Exactly.
And yeah, I think it's very nice. I think we can start the Q&A. And maybe we take a bit differently as before. I think for me, I mean, we've been very involved in the seed fundraising round, and we've seen how startups can struggle. So we were like at a certain moment run short of cash. And I think my first question for Marco is really to understand what's the investment process for a startup? How quick can you go? How different you are from the other VCs? Because I think, in my view, you've done a very good job working with us also before you were with us in the investment process.
I hope so. We do our best every day. I think that is really one of the principles, to be also like have a lot of empathy with how you, in what situation you are. How fast can we go? I mean, we met, I think, this Top 100 event. That was in first week of September, and we signed the agreement in the first week of December. So I think the 3 months, 3 months time, and the term sheet was somewhere in the middle. I think there's always this discussion in the US. You can get the term sheet in a week. Probably we will not be able to do that, but we will definitely we can do it below 2 months. And I think what is part of that, be a certain amount of speed, is really, I think, at the seed stage that you focus on what really matters and not do, I think we had a great discussion beforehand, like ask for 15 customer calls or maybe 5, and I think it's important that you are a bit pragmatic as well and really identify what moves the needle.
For sure, I think maybe just also to give a bit of perspective to the founders we're in, we've been in discussion with funds for over 9 months, and we didn't get to a conclusion whether they wanted to invest or not. And I think as a founder, as an investor, you both, lose your time, or at least you could allocate your resources in a better way to develop your clients, develop your sales, etc. So I cannot emphasize enough that I think Equity Picture and Marco for seed stage, I think they really focus on what matters, and I think really to understand what are the key metrics of business, what are the key hypotheses, to validate them, and then we can move forward. And I think as a founder, or as a startup, I would really focus on those funds that can act efficiently and quickly. And yes, so we've been together now for 18 months, or almost 18 months. I think also, as an entrepreneur, as a startup, I like to understand a bit better. Okay, so you invest. Usually, you like to lead your round or co-lead your round. So you want to take an active place or position in the growth of the company. How do you work as a board member? What do you look for? What's your goal? How do you support the startups? Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah. Happy to. I forgot that in the introduction. It's good that you give me the chance to clarify that we don't always lead or co-lead. Sometimes we follow, and then of course it's also happy if we have someone else who takes a bit of a stronger, and takes the board seat. In your case and in many other cases, we led and we are in the board, and also there I think really our principle is to be super close to the founders and be. I think founder friendly is a bit of a special term, but really have a lot of empathy and put ourselves in the shoes of the company much more than just being someone who controls from the outside and asks stupid questions every 3 months. For us, the goal is really to be much closer. I think we are in contact many more times, I think per week even. And so it's really about making decisions going forward and not really much challenging. Why didn't you do that 2 months ago? Why didn't you grow as fast the last quarter? It's much more, okay, what do we decide together? Where to invest the money? Do we want to accelerate? Do we want to maybe even increase the burn rate and so forth? And so it's really, for us, it's important to be forward-looking and so close that we can actually take good decisions as a team.
For sure, and I think to give concrete examples to give concrete example to the audience. So now we're discussing with Marco, on a weekly basis, our business plan for the Series A. We're changing a bit how we see our trajectory compared to what the VC ecosystem would see, to make sure that our business plan match the expectation of the VCs. So it's a really good sparring partner. Also, if we need to hire, for instance, chief of HR people, I think it's something if we don't know how to do it. They have a lot of very cool companies in the portfolio, so I think having an investor like this that can
Thank you very much.
on the strategic topic is key. Yeah.
I can take 3 questions from the audience. We have 2 minutes for Q&A. Who wants to go first? Nobody. Equity Picture is amazing. Okay, here we go.
Let's say there's a software company. What would be the minimum monthly recurring revenue that you expect before you invest?
Yeah, after all, we are quite opportunistic because they didn't have any recurring revenues, and so also with software startups, in the end, there's not a hard cut, but I would say a few 100,000 ARR. So in the monthly would still be 5 digits, but yeah, that is probably where we fit the best, because then you raise a seed round of a few million. These days, the rounds have different sizes, even so it is sometimes crazy what valuations are there. Good question before, but Yeah, a couple 100,000 ARR would be perfect.
Okay, next, please.
This is a question also for all the other VCs pitching, but Marco, what do you excel at? Like, what is the one thing you can provide others cannot? Access to a specific market, specific terms you have, knowledge in the team, in the founder team.
Yeah, I would mention two things which surely many others have as well, but I think it's just you don't see it often enough. It's really being founder oriented, and the second thing is helping in also fundraising, because that's what we do all day, and really shaping together this equity story. And invest your own time. I think that is a bit underestimated, because everyone could do it. It's definitely not something we are special at, but we just need to also put the time in. And the third thing, what we think we have a USP, so to say, is our network. Especially in Switzerland, we have really a huge network. We spend a lot of time curating it and also connecting then our stakeholders with the network and making introductions for sales and many other good reasons. So yeah, we really have, and even on the website you can see who we are.
So you should check with Nicolas if that is the
It's a lot of
reality or
interesting
buzzword.
also industrial
Exactly.
partners for us. So I think the network is impressing in the DACH region.
Okay. One more question? Okay.
Sorry.
So my question is, what is your key kick for you to make a decision that you want to invest into this company? So what is the key message they can see from the startup that I want this startup?
One sentence answer, please.
The market and the team.
Okay. Thank you very much, Marco and
Okay.
Nicolas.
Thank you.
So next up, we have a lovely duo. Is it correct that you're both Ticinese, or is it not correct? Are you both from?
Italian origin.
Oh, okay. But I love already the accents coming on
Yes.
stage. With Jacqueline from Privilege Ventures will be interviewed by Marco from Anaida. Is that correct?
Anaida.
Yes.
Okay, please.
Thank
The
you.
pitch is yours. Your 3 minutes.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. We are an early stage VC as well. What maybe is a little bit different from others is that we are based in the Sonnenstube in Lugano, and we are led by two partners, female, which is also something not so usual, and Angelica is also here. We have been investing across different sectors over the years, from deep tech to software to medtech and other things, travel tech, agri-food tech, and so on. Currently, we are focusing more on health tech with quite some, let's say, deeper focus on longevity, whatever is precise medicine and whatever can really extend the health span and how we live in good health. We have been investing very early, from pre-seed, seed up to Series A. Also with Anaida was really at the very, very beginning. We can talk about that. Currently, we are also supporting a lot our current portfolio. We have been investing in over 30 companies. Some of them, of course, are not existing anymore, but others have done a nice exit, like MedTech Creoptics or IPO of Deliveroo, just to mention a couple. We still have 23 companies in the portfolio, so that already tells you how long is the marriage. Isabel was saying that's a long marriage. It actually is, and you really need to like each other because it's going to be so long. And at the beginning, you have the enthusiasm, the passion, and you believe you're going to just change the world. But actually, you're going to have moments where it's going to be difficult. We tend to invest in Switzerland. Most of our portfolio companies are based in Switzerland, but we do have some companies in Europe, and we did a couple of deals in the US. When you invest early stage, we actually realize how important it is to be close, to have proximity with the founders. So that's why we tend to stay really close to our portfolio companies. So I think that's kind of what we do.
Your pitch.
My pitch.
You still had a minute to go, so that's good job. Now, please,
So
Marco.
good morning, everyone. Maybe a few words about what Anaida does before starting a few questions. Anaida has developed a unique technology. We invented a microscale magnetic resonance that is a technology that lets you see chemistry inside cells. And we are using it to improve assisted fertility procedures, basically to help families to have babies in a society that is actually struggling with building families. So going to privilege, maybe the first question I have is whether you have a process to make decisions on your investments, and if so, what the process looks like.
Sure. I would probably, I mean, every VC has a process. Otherwise, if they don't have a process, you should ask yourself a question. So of course, we do have a process. So without going too much in details, definitely we are very structured because both Angelica and I have a financial background. So when you are used to do process on building portfolio, that's really what you put into it. So first of all, you have to think of like, a funnel that you have, right? All your startup that comes in and as I don't remember if the one we see first that said we get a lot of inbounds as well, of course. So you have a first filtering, which is very, very quick because you just look at, does it fit your investment strategy? So that's a yes and no, very quick. And then you go down and down. And once we do a first, let's say, look at the company, we like the company, we do maybe a first call, we usually do a quick pre-due diligence to just, double check the market, the team, the solution they have, does it fit and does it has the possibility really to scale. And then if that pass, we do a full due diligence. When you start a full due diligence, usually it's because you are already, you really like what you have seen, you like the team. Of course, when you invest very early, the team is just super important. It is important to say that this early stage, it's more an art than a science. So you cannot really apply a lot of metrics at the very beginning, especially in medtech, right? You don't have recurring revenues. You really don't see revenues for a long time, believe me. And then once we do the due diligence and we finish and we are, let's say, we agree that we should proceed, we have an investment committee that has to decide. So that will also challenge when we do the discussion. And then we have to vote. And in our case, we vote unanimously. So everyone has to agree to proceed with the investment.
That's a long answer, Jacqueline.
Sorry.
Maybe you should, Marco.
What's the typical go, no-go element regarding founders and technology? During the
Go,
due
no
diligence?
go, I would say founders, we have to like the founders. If we don't like the founders, usually it's a no-go because it's a marriage, a long-time marriage. And the product, I would say we need to understand, that's probably what sometimes it's difficult with founders. They are not always quick to get.
Then after you invest, how do you work with the team and how does your relationship evolve as the company grows?
So as every fund says, we are founders friendly, we are there to help, hands-on and so on. But I do believe we are there. We tend to really reach out proactively. Of course, we always ask founders, please come and reach out before you have a problem. Unfortunately, too often they come when they have already a problem. So it evolves. What may be being founders friendly, I think it is important to understand that it doesn't mean we're always going to say what the founder wants to listen. So sometimes you need to have a tough conversation. And that doesn't mean that you don't care. It's exactly the opposite.
Well, I guess I'd like to spend a couple of questions in favor of founders like me that are starting right now.
One more, okay.
I'd like to know what brought you to become an investor in the first place, and also if there is any moment where you are also afraid or uncomfortable when you take roles like board membership and.
So what brought me what brought me to become a VC investor was I got passionate about hearing you guys building things. Am I ever afraid, beside losing the money, which of course is part of it? Yes, I am sometimes afraid not to be. I need to cut.
Yes.
I'm cutting.
Thank you very much. Great job. That's fine. I can take 3 questions from the audience. Yes, please. Oh, can we hand it over? Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Gina. As an investor, I'd like to know what is the one thing that makes you decide not to invest in a startup?
I think the team, the founding team, would be the one thing.
Oh, that's very short, good answer. Okay, here we go. Next. Nobody. Okay, yes.
For pre-seed investments, early stage, what's the sweet spot percentage of equity that you like to have as a range?
This really depends on the specific moment you are investing, the strategy that you have. We learned over time that having a bit higher stake was important. So lately we have looked more at a 10% ownership when we lead the round and we have a high conviction.
Good. One more question. Nobody? Marco, then you get one more question.
You can have your question. Was on the board? What?
Well, let's say, did it ever happen that things didn't go as expected? And
Yes.
how did you, well, how did you manage, or you have a general approach to managing conflicts or difficult situations, especially at the board level?
Yes, I learned a lot on the board, and I learned that it is important first to listen to everyone and kind of find a common understanding. But when you need to have a difficult conversation, you really need to reach out to maybe one specific board member and have a bilateral conversation and try to, get everyone on the same.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Yeah, same page. We love it. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay, here, my own timer. Now, last but not least, we have the duo with Julian and Bilal. So I welcome you to stage. Julian will present V Partners.
VI.
VI. Okay,
right.
mispronunciation bad on my part.
Do I have slides or not?
You should. You're the one that I think we got. There
Oh,
you
nice.
go.
Amazing.
Stage is yours.
Thanks very much. Hello, everyone. Thanks very much for giving me the time and the audience to present VI Partners. So VI is one of the oldest established partnerships, VC partnerships in Switzerland. We have backed 5 unicorns, we have 33 exits, and we have 25 years of history. Our investors are large corporates in Switzerland. So you see a couple of these logos there, Bühler, Schindlers, and this guy. And I'll tell you why afterwards it plays a role in how we operate. So we have backed the like of Nexthink, Araris, and Oculus. In very short, where would we invest? So we invest at seed and Series A. We're flexible about the naming. Sometimes a seed is not a seed anymore these days. So it's not about the name, but roughly about how much we can invest. We invest between 1 and 7 million, depending on the stage and the size. We generally, that was your question before, it's a good one. We'd like to have meaningful stake in the company, 10 to 15% ideally, if not right away, maybe over time, because for our own math, this is actually how it works. Geographically, Switzerland has a dominant geography and 40% in the rest of Europe. We invest both in technology and in healthcare, although healthcare is also technology, but we have 2 different teams covering that. I'm in the tech team, and we do enterprise digitalization and what we call intelligent software, enterprise automation, physical AI. In the healthcare side, we do biotech, medtech, and tech bio, and we also look at finance and fintech. Now, I guess the more important question, how do we differentiate from other VCs? Why take our money versus the rest of the money that there is in this world? First of all, because I think we have accumulated very large experience in the team. So we are a team of people that have done this for at least 15 years mostly. So it's actually all this experience that you get plugged into it. And obviously, different partners would be different. So my partners would not bring the same thing at the table that I would. So we need to have a good match in what you're building and what I've encountered. I'd be a very bad board member in a biotech company. I might be a better board member in an enterprise tech company. So we try to actually, split that the way it is. Strong operating partners, because there are a lot of things we don't know, but we have entrepreneurs that works with us that have actually built their businesses, exited them, and that we put at your service to help you whatever you need. You need their help, whether it's new product marketing or this kind of thing. We try to plug them to you. And the last, I think it's the network as well. Obviously, we have a strong network, but I guess with the logos I showed before, so with the likes of ABB, Nestle, we have direct contact to these people. So if you need feedback on what you're building, if you try to sell to those people, if you're trying to somehow recruit, ideally not, because we don't. Yeah. Oh, I have 8 seconds left, though.
Oh, my countdown was a bit sharper.
Okay, but I was mostly done.
Thank
so
you.
thanks.
You did a great job. Please take it away.
Yeah, hello. My name is Bilal. I'm co-founder and CEO from Flowit. We are actually providing our customers an intelligence layer built on top of all the business KPIs, like financial KPIs that the business has, the activity data from people, but also bringing together the whole thing with sentiments and insights from the people itself. So like insights from surveys, reviews, performance management, and make sure that actually the C-suite has a decision-making platform and insights at the speed of thought in real time. What is behind the KPIs? Why? How that can change? What should we do to actually improve some KPIs? What should we avoid to go down with some others? We have been with VI since nearly 2 years. So we did our seed round of 4 million in summer 2024. It is a very intense partnership. So we also have been through good times, bad times, and that's exactly where I want to go deeper a little bit, because especially when you have some rough times coming up. So Julian, what actually is success looking like for you after you have invested?
So I guess easy answer, when the company beats the plan, but it's not always the case. So we also at ease when it's actually not happening. But where it's success when it's not happening is that the speed at which the team realize the problem and adjust. Because we are totally fine with not being the plan, but the speed of change is the speed of iteration and learning. This is absolute success if it happens, if it doesn't beat the plan.
Okay. What are kind of red flags that makes you lose confidence after something goes wrong?
One very clear is like blaming. So like you have a CEO coming and say, oh, it's the CTO, or hey, it's basically the new product manager. And when you have finger pointing going on, that's very bad. So I think that. And when the company goes silent, I think there is a one-on-one correlation with reporting on time and basically success. It's amazing. I think that there should be more science done on that.
Yeah, absolutely true. What would you say to young entrepreneurs that looking out for investment? How should they communicate when times get rough and something is not according to plan?
Yeah. So I think that they should always go proactively. I love this quote. I think it's from Charlie Munger, like, good news can wait, bad news not. Mm-hmm. So go bad news first, because we were used to the fact that it's always not going to be like it does. So just keep the bad news flowing. It's good psychologically. You can share with someone first, and second, we can react on those. So full transparency, I'd say.
Okay. Through the different times, every startup founder or the one that is in communication with the VC has some dots of when should I pull the VC in, what should I ask, what should I not, because it just looks stupid. Which founders actually get the most out of the partnership and which ones not?
10-second answer, Julian.
The ones that do are the ones that basically seek a lot of advice everywhere and try to merge that and are proactively seeking advice. They tend to succeed better.
Thank you two very open up for the 3 questions from the audience. Oh, looks like Julian's the best one.
No, it's because all have been asked already.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Willy Bischofberger from Startup Castle Löwenberg. We look at, we have a lot of angel investors, and we realize that VCs, they much more look on teams. I mean, that the whole team is invested. Is there a minimum of number of team members having put their own money into the company, independent of the volume?
So you mean if they invest their own money?
Yeah, exactly. Skin in the game.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if generally if they can, right? If it's a 20-something dropout of the university that they might not be, but they put their sweat instead of the money. If they are very successful Google executives that don't put money in the business, would be a red flag. So yeah, I kind of depends. But yeah, ideally, skin in the game is aligning. Yeah.
Another question? Yes.
How many requests do you have a year, and what's the best approach actually?
The numbers I don't know, but it's probably in the hundreds. But it kind of depends, like how you count. But in the hundreds, and what's the best approach? I think we were very fine with cold outreach as long as it's an amazingly good cold outreach. So what do you do? Why is it inevitable? Why it's contrarian? And what have you built? And so I read it and I'm like, I need to go there. And I got this even on the previous deal I made. Was on LinkedIn for someone I didn't know, but the 2-liners was so amazing that I had to take the call, and that went to that. So yeah, 2 ways. You know, intros from people that we know
okay,
already.
Julian, we have to take one more question. Sorry.
Oh, great, cold ones.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur and the creator of the innovation methodology, show us Grand Method. It is very important for me to build a team, and it's very important for the future of my startup. Based off your experience, will be the best way to resolve the conflict and maintain the motivation within the company?
Between the founders, you mean?
Short answer, Julian, 10 seconds.
This is tough. Like, don't get into founders fight. It's tough. I mean, if it happens, it's rarely come back. I don't have a formula.
Thank you very much. Amazing job. So please, a round of applause for these great pitches, and all of you come on the stage one more time. I'm going to close the session with following words. Yeah, you can all come up. Because now we're going to give, I normally like to know who did the best pitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a round of applause, okay? And the loudest applause is the best pitch. I know this is very brutal. Miklos, we're going to start with you. A round of applause for Miklos's pitch. He had a hard start. Okay, good. And then we're going to continue. Oh, good. Then Marco's pitch. Okay. Jacqueline's pitch. Oh, a bit louder. Okay, Julian's pitch. Oh, I would say Julian. Do we agree that Julian takes it away? Okay, good. Julian. It sounded, and I think runner-up was Jacqueline. Okay, thank you all. I'd like to close the session now and see we have another one at 11:15. Thanks.